So I am back with none other than Jupiter in the 4th house. And listen, it pretty much speaks for itself. It pretty much says it all. Jupiter in the 4th house is going to come from a very big family, or even if it's not your biological blood family, is one that you create throughout your life. If you get into any issues, if you get into any problems, any troubles, whatever, you can go to these people and they'll provide this security for you. So it's like you get, okay, I'm gonna say this, it depends on the rest of the chart as well, but for the most part, it's like you have a security blanket. Like if you fall, you don't all the way fall like quite 100%. And I just believe that like you don't fall 100%. You may feel like it, but you always have somewhere you can go if need be, or you can always find some type of luck if need be to make sure that you end up ultimately secure. Jupiter in the 4th house, mother, like your mother, you could have really looked at your mother, or your mother could have been this for other people, or for your whole family, you know. But you could look at your mother like in a grand way, in a great way, someone that you feel like cannot be touched. No one could ever amount to her. Your mother could make sacrifices to make sure that you guys are good. The family is good. The family is running smooth. But at the same time, it could just really be that your mother is blessed. She's blessed to have a big family, to have security, to have other people that she can fall back on. So like I said, even in a family situation, if things got hard, or ever, if things was ever to be, if things ended up hard from time to time in your life, your mother could have been the one to make sure, like through people that she knows, or through other family members that you guys had, to, or just really been able to find a way, because I don't really want to call it luck. I don't want to call it luck because I never want to call like situations that people that's seriously going on for a person like, oh yeah, you got luck here, you got luck there, because we all experience pain, hardship, things of that nature differently from the next person. Like I'll be sitting here tripping because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to save my money for A, B, or C, but then I don't see really I have enough money to do what it is that I need to do and more. And then there's some people that's saying, well, I need money to live. Like I need to find a place to live, whatever the case may be. So I never want to take away from someone's hardships, is what I'm saying, by saying you got lucky, which is a lot of people want to use in the place of Jupiter. But what I am saying is that even when you felt like your hardest of hard situations were just unbearable, you were able to actually find your way out of it. But this Jupiter in the 4th house is, you know, you could come across situations where you have a big home, big family, big security blanket, however you want to put it. And people can look up to you for that security. They can look towards you to provide that security for them, to be of that support for them. And it could be like more than one person. Like if you had a family situation or any situation where, you know, the mother passed away, or some great figure, like the person that everybody went and they went to for help, or just they looked at as like the representative of the family, then it's like that's you. You would take that person's place. People would go to you for even advice, like people in your family. They would see you as like an inspiration, because it could be something that you're doing around making sure that you're stable, you're secure, your family is good, is big, it thrives. And remember, big doesn't necessarily have to mean like 30 people in the family. It could be 4 people in the family and 2 more than what you thought. You could have been a person that was like, well, I'll never get married, and then you find yourself married with 2 children, or whatever, you know, single with 5. It doesn't really matter. You know, I don't discriminate here. But whatever the case may be, that bigger than or more than situation is just going to be more than what you thought you were capable of. You see that? But that's what this placement shows. Is real simple, but yet it's real grand at the same time. So yes, Jupiter in the 4th house you definitely can have like a big home. Like whether it's something because of some type of money is passed down to you throughout the bloodline or throughout like lineages, or because you earned it. Whatever the case may be, you can be a person that has like big home, big land, big property. It can also come because you're a person that does real estate and you kill it in a real estate game. You know, you're able to present people with the best of the items that they need to use to put inside their home. Like, so some type of home decorative type person. Or you could decorate the office just as well, just as easy. Set things up. Any place that you feel like is what provides you your security. So you could definitely have an eye for that. You could definitely teach others in that area as well. So, you know, like things with hotels, even like a professor or somebody at the schoolhouse, because I would definitely look at the schoolhouse as a home, you know. And like you could be a person, Jupiter in the first house can also be a person that does business from the home. Yes, you definitely can. You can do business from the home, and it doesn't matter. Like you can turn your garage into something like a studio where you produce beats, or you make music, or you host some type of ballet lessons. Well, whatever you move into, like you can actually take something that you start at your home and then you can make it something bigger outside of the home. But it started in that the area of the home or something secure. It had a foundation to it. So you guys are great at having that foundation. Like if you expand past something, because that's what happens. You could be one of those people to where you start somewhere with something and then you expand it out. Okay, let me stop because it looks like I'm directing traffic. So yes, you expand in family. This could be where you see two separate families come together and make one big family. Make one big family. I love this placement. This is a great placement. Do I have any advice for Jupiter in the 4th house? Yes, I do. Jupiter in the 4th house, if you have this placement, and depending on other placements in your chart, make sure that you understand that sometimes it's okay, it's great to fall. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of failing, you know, because you're going to be one of those placements that's able to come out of that and expand past any situation that you have going on. I also feel like this, because Jupiter in the 4th house could really find it hard to do certain stuff. Like when you really need to go for it and you really need to try your best and you really need to be to break away from home, maybe on that family or the foundation that's in place that you have to expand past, because that may come up in your life. It may be like a crucial time or critical time where you need to do that, and then you'll hold yourself back because you don't want to leave from the family. You don't want to leave from that security blanket. So you have to be willing to take those steps and understand they don't have to be big steps. You may not have like the end result all the time, but you're going to take steps towards creating your own foundation, you know, through your own greatness, and you're going to pass that on to your kids and your kids. And if not that, because I understand we're in a different day and age, and you could be someone who creates like a youth center or something, or like a homeless shelter, or some place that others may call home. Okay, this has been Jupiter in the 4th house. Of course, I'm Butterfly to Light. Like, share, and subscribe, because I will be back.